In The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman, we are introduced to a girl named Lyra Belacqua, later known as Lyra Silvertongue. Lyra lives in an alternate dimension where humans and witches have their souls out of their body in the form of animals called demons. Lyra is named Pantalaimon, and as a child, Pantalaimon is able to change forms, unlike adults, whose demons only take one. Children are getting kidnapped by figures called gobblers in Lyra's world, and she's forced from her home of Jordan College by a woman named Miss Coulter. However, the master of Jordan College gives Lyra an alethiometer, also known as a truth teller, and must keep it away from Miss Coulter and take it to Lord Asriel, who is her uncle. Lyra runs from Miss Coulter when she finds out that Miss Coulter is the head of the Gobblers, now known as the Oblation Board. She is almost taken by gobblers, but is saved by gypsies, or sea folk. It is from them that she learns that Miss Coulter is her mother, that Lord Asriel is actually her father. Together, they go to the north, where the Oblation Board is held at a place called Badavenga. During a refueling stage, Lyra and the gypsies meet an ice bear, also known as an armored bear, by the name of Yorick Burnison, and an aeronaut, someone who flies hot air balloons, named Lee Scoresby, a Texan who is an ally of Yorick. They continue on to Badavenga by foot later on, in which they find a boy who's had his demon cut by the gobblers. The boy dies a few hours later after being found, sadly. Lyra and her group are attacked by Tartars, and Lyra is kidnapped, being brought to Valvenga. There, she meets other children who are suspicious of what is going on, along with finding two of her friends, Roger and Billy. Together, the three of them find out more about what the Oblation Board has been doing to children. Lyra is later caught eavesdropping on a conversation, and is being taken to be cut from Pantalaimon, but is saved by Miss Coulter. Miss Coulter explains to Lyra what the Oblation Board is actually doing, in her eyes, to children, saying she's saving them from sin. Managing to escape from Miss Coulter again, Lyra destroys the silver guillotine in which cuts humans from demons, which leads to Badavenga being destroyed. The children escape safely, along with Lyra, Roger, and Billy. Unfortunately, an army of Tartars stand in their way. The Egyptians, Yorick Burnison, and Lee Scoresby come in time to save them, however. A great battle breaks out, and the witches of the north come to help the Egyptians in saving the children. After the fight is won, Billy goes back with his family, while Yorick, Lee Scoresby, and Lyra and Roger head to Svalbard, home of the Ice Bears, where her father is being held captive, and where Yorick was banished from. They get shot down, and Lyra ends up being captive of the Ice Bears and is sent to the dungeons of Svalbard. Lyra manages to have an audience with the king of the Ice Bears, Ifjor Ragnarsson, who has always wanted a demon, convinces him that she is one, but for Yorick. She tricks Ifjor to fight Yorick alone, instead of having all the bears tear him apart, along with a fight for the crown. Yorick comes a few hours later and bests Ifjor by breaking his neck and eating his heart. Yorick then takes Lyra and Roger to Lord Asriel, where Asriel explains to Lyra what his research about a particle in their world called dust, which connects their world to many others, and that he believes that dust is the original sin. He puts Lyra to bed and takes Roger to a cliffside near the Northern Lights. Lyra pursues Lord Asriel with Yorick, but is stopped by the Oblation Board in the form of a zeppelin. While Yorick and his Ice Bears hold the Oblation Board back, Lyra goes on and attempts to stop Lord Asriel from doing whatever he is doing. She fails, and Lord Asriel cuts Roger from his demon and opens a way into another world from the amount of energy that was given off of the cutting. Lyra mourns for Roger before following Lord Asriel into the new world. I leave a lot of the plot out, as I wish for you to read it yourselves. Now, on to some analytics. The Golden Compass is told in an omniscient point of view, but mostly follows Lyra throughout the story. There are many themes in the story, but the one that comes up the most often is the consideration of an extremist church in charge of everything. The church allows the Oblation Board to experiment on dust, and through that, they started experimenting with children. To understand this book more, you'll have to read it for yourselves. You may get something out of it completely different than what I did. I can guarantee, however, that it will keep you wanting to read more and more, and it makes it rather difficult to put the book down. You'll even go out and buy The Subtle Knife along with the Amber Spyglass to truly finish the story as The Golden Compass and The Subtle Knife, and on rather nail-biting cliffhangers.